Good morning and welcome back. Today we're on the farm and we are going to get some oysters pre-harvested. So I'll explain to you what that is. But so right now we're just out here and we're going to grab what oysters we need, and we're going to take them back to the shop. So anyway, I'll show you what the farm looks like this morning. It's a bit foggy out this morning. Hey guys, so I want to jump on here and kind of tell you what pre-harvesting means and what we do when we pre-harvest. So these bags here, they have oysters that are big enough to go to market. So what we need to do is we need to take them to the shop and put them through our tumbler. Now if you've watched our previous videos, you know what the tumbler is. If you don't know what the tumbler is and this is your first video, hang on and we'll show you what the tumbler looks like and what it does. Anyway, so we'll harvest these bags here, we'll take them to our shop and we'll throw them through our tumbler, and what that'll do is separate the sizes for us. So that'll separate the smalls from the oysters that we want to send to the market. So what we do after that is we take those oysters and we put them into baskets, and we'll measure them out, and we'll measure each basket out to about 300 oysters. And then we'll take those oysters and we'll put them into our cages. If you watched our videos before, you know what I'm talking about. If not, hang tight, you'll see what I'm talking about. But we'll return them and put them into our cages, and then we'll return them to the farm, and we'll let them sit on the farm for about 7 days. And the reason we do this is when we put them through the tumbler is that the oyster or the tumbler will break off the new growth on the oyster. And what we want to do is let that new growth re-heal. Because what will happen sometimes, it don't happen all the time, but sometimes what will happen is if we don't allow that growth to re-heal, it will allow the oyster to leak its miroir, or in layman terms, the water or the liquid inside of the oyster. And we don't want that, because then what happens, your oyster gets all dried out and nasty, and don't nobody want that. So anyway, we'll return them to the water for about 7 days, and that'll be long enough for that lip to heal up and seal back up, and then we'll take them and we'll harvest them. So this is pre-harvesting, and then what we'll do is we'll harvest the oysters once we pull them back out of the water after the 7-day soak. So now that we're kind of getting into the swing of things and kind of our oysters are repopulating from last year, you'll see us do this more and more now. And anyway, like I said, I just want to jump on here and give you guys a description of what it looks like, or a description of what we're doing here. I appreciate you jumping on this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and please like the video, and also comment. So if you have any questions or anything like that, please comment. In the description, we'll also add a link to our Instagram, Facebook, and website. So sit back, enjoy the rest of the video, and I appreciate y'all jumping on. On this side of you now. I wanted to show you guys how fast it can change out here. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but the fog is thick this morning here. Just right over here on the other side of them trees, that's all trees and land right there, and you can't even see it. Isn't that crazy? It's starting to burn off a little bit. Anyway, we got our oysters, and those back there will go through the day and kind of get a feel for what that'll give us, and then that'll give us a good idea on what we're going to do tomorrow. So yeah, so now we'll head in and we'll see you guys at the shop. Alright guys, so we've made it back to the shop, and now what we'll do is repeat the similar process to tumbling our smaller oysters, but the difference here is we've got a much bigger tube now. So if you see, these holes here are much bigger. So these here are smaller, these here are a little bit bigger, and compared to our seed tube, and which is here, so you can see the difference there. So we'll pretty much do the same process though. We'll tumble the oysters the same way, just the different size tube. We still use, we go the same speed, we use the same amount of water, everything's the same except for the oysters. So these oysters here are ready for market. Almost all of these oysters here.
Bags are a lot lighter too.
Yeah, so these bags are at a lower stocking density. Look, that's a pretty oyster. These bags here are at a lower stocking density, so they're a lot lighter than our other bags. But the reason they're at a lower stocking density is, remember this as well, is we anticipated them getting this big. So now's the time to go ahead and tumble them off and pre-harvest them and get them ready for market before they get too big. So anyway, we're going to get to tumbling these, and as we get to tumbling them, I'll bring you guys back and set you guys up and let you guys watch it. Now, fair warning, it's going to be loud, so you might want to turn your volume down, maybe right about now, but it will be loud. I'll try to cut the audio down on my video editor, but it will be loud. So This oyster right here is a market oyster, and this will go to market next week. And these here are oysters that have gotten too big. That's what comes out of here. But you see that one, those two oysters grew together. So we'll have to fix that. Alright guys, so our bin has gotten full here, and what we're doing is, those are oysters there. Nice pretty oysters. So what we'll do now is we're putting them into these baskets here. So these baskets, Norris has a certain amount of scoops he puts in each basket, and one of these baskets will go into one of our cages like this here. One of those cages. If I don't knock everything over. But anyway, so it'll go into one of those cages there, and we'll put it back overboard for about 7 more days, and then we'll harvest them and take them to market. So what that allows for, what that allows us to do, is it allows us to knock the edge off of the oyster here and then give it about a week to repair itself, and just makes for a better quality oyster. But then of course, as you see, we still have some smalls, but that's alright. They really ain't that far along before they'll be ready to go.
A lot of them are borderline.
Yeah, a lot of them are maybe a month or 2 away. But anyway, I just wanted to give y'all an update. And so far that's 4 cages, and we still have some more to go. There's one basket there, and Norris will take that and dump it into a cage, and then we'll just seal up the door, and it'll go overboard. And these here will sit overboard for about a week or so before we harvest them. So this stocking density for these here are a little bit more, because we're not really worried about these growing or getting any more shape to them. We're just wanting them to kind of repair themselves where we chipped off the edge of the oyster during the tumble here. So we just want them to repair themselves. Oh. To wrap it up for today, we've kind of finished everything we needed to do today. I didn't feel like you guys needed to see us tumble more. If you guys would like to see us tumble more, you can comment in the comments down below. But anyway, I'll show you what we ended up with. So these four baskets here are what we're calling our returns. So these guys are just a little bit too small. And when I mean a little bit, I just mean just by a little bit. These guys are just a little bit too small. And we'll take these guys back out, put them in the water, and let them grow a little more. And then we ended up with a few more baskets of these bigger ones, the ones that we're going to take to market. So yeah, overall we had a pretty busy day. We plan on doing this for the remainder of the week, and maybe a few other odds and ends. But I'm going to try to post a video at least once a week or once every other week. I know I didn't get one done last week. But again, I'm going to ask, please like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions. Please share our videos on social media.